Jay from Team DMA bringing you here another video. So this video is going to be regarding not everything because I can't cover it all, but just overall a few of the techs that you might need on the budget, like budget tech, or that you do need that is very cheap. Like I said, I don't want to take like too long to make a huge video because there's too much. I'm just gonna cover overall some of the things. As you know, it can be included into any deck, but obviously I play Dark Magician, so I'm gonna be covering some of those cards, but not everything. So here first on the list, on the left side on the list, we have the Dark Ruler No More. So those cards came out common quite some time ago. I gave a lot away, and then some I think I sold for like $1 copy. Gradually, the copies have been going up, trending somewhere around $2 to $3, and in some cases you might even find them for 4. But people claim that they're still buying them right now for $2 to $3, and I'm not surprised if they continue to climb up because Dark Ruler No More is a very powerful board breaker. Because people are gonna argue and say it's not a board breaker. Well, if you're playing it to break the board, or else why are you playing it? So this is definitely a going second card. It can basically break any board unless they have like a lock where you can't play any spells, and that's different. But if you're able to play it, it negates all the monsters on the board and they can't activate nothing to stop it. So after that, you do your follow-up plays and you break the board. So thank goodness they made it common. I know the price, the prices were like cheap. There were a few cents, but they've been going up and up and up. I recommend you get some. And though I think I have a playset left, I could be wrong because I have secrets, but those are not for sale. But I have a bunch of commons, and I know the people that shop with me, I gave them Dark Ruler No More for free, and everybody else is just like $1 or $2 for the Dark Rulers. If you're interested in getting any, whatever you find there, I'll sell it for you cheaper. I think just $1 or $2, but I'll go check the market to see what they're currently at. But I'm pretty sure they're like $2, $3. But I do know because recently somebody told me that he seen some for like $4. But yeah, definitely something you're gonna want to have. And then going second, it's even in a budget deck, you're gonna need it. Like even on your side, or even if you plan to main it, you might want to put 1 or 2, but 3 going second for sure because you want to get the job done. The other card over here on the right is the Book of Moon. So Book of Moon's been trending for the last 6-7 months, and it's been really successful. There's an argument between that one and the Book of Life, I believe. Is it the Book of Eclipse? The Book of Eclipse that puts all the monsters face down. Yeah, so people are battling in between those. And the thing with the Eclipse is you have to be playing the links because they can't be flipped down. So it's kind of like it's only on your opponent and not on you. So it's like a combo. It's a broken combo. Um, but the thing is, people are arguing because there are certain cards that you can't trigger it on or this or that. So people are just resorting to the Book of Moon to get target specific cards. But overall, there's a debate. So you're just going to want to look at which one is best for you. Either the Book of Moon, which flips a card face down, or the Book of Eclipse that flips them all face down. But I believe at the end of the turn, your opponent has to draw cards by the cards that were sent face down by the Eclipse. And that's why people don't want to play it. But they're both seeing a lot of success. Those are like $1 or less. And we're going to be moving on here. This one was posted on 2 of my other videos, but I can never stress enough how important this is in a Dark Magician deck because it's actually more broken than the Black Luster, and people argue with me over that all the time, and they tell me no, the Black Luster is better and all this and that, but you see, none of those people that say that answer me after I say this. I tell them, okay, then show me one of the Nationals decks that you beat. And then all I get is crickets. There's nobody to say anything. Show me any like tier 1, tier 0 style deck that you beat with that you had that in there. And everyone that goes in the locals together with online that that knows how to play like tier 1, tier 0 style. They know that what's the name? Blackluster is not enough. In fact, a lot of people that opt for playing the Blackluster, I've never seen anybody on the locals claim that like it did good. In fact, a lot of people don't even do it because all it does is a 3000 hitter and it can gain attack after it hits something or banish. But there's just so many different ways to banish at this point and destroy. The real question that you have to ask is, can it out some ugly boss monsters? Like, can it out a whole board? And usually the answers are no. I mean, not even a Dragoon. But this card is able to do just that. It sets all the monsters on the field to defense mode, even your own. And nobody can target it with Cardifix. So it's pretty broken. It's pretty broken. He's the only one that's attacking. And it's a way to get Dragoon, as you've seen on one of my videos. If you're having trouble with Dragoon, this card takes care of it. You can say bye-bye to Dragoon. And a bunch of other cards, not just Dragoon. So it's easy to make because you can normal and then special twice and then just go into it. Or you could just link climb. There's a lot of ways to make it, but it is a broken card. Now ask me if I can beat tier 0, tier 1. Yep, go look at my channel and this is one of the cards that I play. So what I do is I'll end up summoning him and escaping negations because you don't trigger nothing. It doesn't trigger nothing, it just sets it. And then I establish my Dragoon plus the Naruto plus the right hand plus the village from the circle from the Eternal. And then people right away are gonna say, oh, you're lying, that takes too long to set up. No, it's fast. It's just that a lot of people suck. They suck on playing Yu-Gi-Oh! You can see me play first place nationals and I still do the combo. It's on my channel. There has to be at least 20 videos where I do it. To broken decks. You can count the number of negations in some of those duels. I have one that did 14 in one and I still won. So this card is definitely a good pick. It was 18, 15, 12, 10, and then it was 8, and now it's $1. Now the problem with this card has been gradually going up to 2, 3, and then 4, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be sitting back at 8 pretty soon. As people play it, they learn that it's a good card. It's a good arsenal to have. In fact, I don't even play Blackluster. This is the card that I play. It's a staple in my budget Dark Magician deck, and I wouldn't change it. There's no other card that can replace it. And in its spot, like taking it out for putting something else, no way. No way. This card's won me too many duels. Too many duels. Even against mirror matches and everything. Outing Dragoons, outing this, outing that. It's just too powerful, man. And so easy to make. And then it also helps me because I can out the Nibiru, because Nibiru says it's 5 monsters and then they trigger it, right? And this one will hit you. Usually, if you already have 1 monster, you just need 2 and then go. Or if you have 2, you just need 1 more and then go into it. Or if you already have the 3, go into it. Or if you have none, it's on the 4. So it escapes the Nibiru. So it's just broken, man. It's just broken. So $1. And then we're gonna move down the list. Bribe. So people have been seeing me play Bribe for I think like the last 4 or 5 months, something like that. So people have been asking me like, why Bribe? Why not Solemn? Why not this? Why not that? A bunch of different options that people tell me. Bribe is a bad option because it gives your opponent a draw. But the way that my budget deck is set up, how powerful it is, the AC 130, I basically have 6 to 12 negates against my opponent. So do you think I care about giving him 1 more card? Like, come and see my duels. And basically, Bribe there is just there as a backup. I never use it. Like go ahead and quote me. It's never used. It's just sitting there catching dust. I only trigger it if they're gonna get rid of my back row or the card that everyone's losing to evenly matched. Because you gotta be ready for the evenly, because sometimes in the real world, you don't have the Dragoon out yet, or you did, but they got rid of it. You don't have that Naruto, you don't have that Solemn, you don't have the Omni Negate, but you can have a Bribe. People are gonna say, yeah, well, play Solam. Well, but you gotta pay half of your life points. And when you're playing against tier 1, tier 0, paying half of your life points, you already lost half of the duel, man. You're like really close to getting whacked. And the majority of people don't like the judgment anyways because of that very reason. It helps your opponent win because all they have to do is hit you with 4,000 and that's easy in Yu-Gi-Oh! There's people that can hit you with 15 to 30,000 in one turn. Easy. Hero decks, there's a lot of decks that can do it. So Dark Bribe is definitely a staple. The funny thing about Bribe is when I was looking for Bribe, no one had it. No one in Team DMA, none of the people that I know locally. So I'm not exactly sure why that is. It's a little funny to me, but you want to have some Dark Bribe. And if you don't want that, play something else that can stop spell and traps. The way that I combo it off is I play Skill Drain with Bribe. So basically I have Omni Negation. I don't have a Dragoon and I have Omni Negation. Negating all the monster effects and negating one spell trap. Omni Negate. I can Omni Negate. And that's before the Dragoon comes out. Now if the Dragoon comes out, you might want to get rid of the Skill Drain, Magician Souls. Dump it, draw, they're gonna Ash, that doesn't matter. Play your Dragoon. You got Dragoon plus this, plus the right hand, plus Village. Circle and Eternal, it's too much. You got 6 to 8 negates, it's too much. Your opponent can't handle it. And that's one of the things that I do. I play cards that are easy to set up on the field, not too much a setup. And people tell me the Circle and Eternal are much of a setup. No, they're not. If you can't play a Circle and Eternal, then you probably don't know how to play Dark Magician. I wouldn't recommend playing too many of them because it's just a banish, really. Secret Village of the Spellcasters, speak of the Angel, because I don't like to say speak of the Devil. But Secret Village of the Spellcasters is another good pickup. All of the cards that I show you, I have them for sale. Or I can include them on a giveaway. Just let me know on the comments below and I can pick them up or post them out of my binder. And when we do a next giveaway, I'll include some of those cards in there. But Village of the Spellcaster is one of the cards that I've given out a lot in decks for free to like mostly everyone. The only people that haven't gotten Village of the Spellcasters if they already have some and they didn't want some. But if you bought a deck from me, Golden Knight, you want some Village, I have Village for you for free. Because I have a bunch of villages. So the reason why I don't like Village too much is because everyone knows the out now. And in case you didn't know, I'm letting you know right now. All they do is just make Dark the Dark Charmer and they out it. That's why I don't play it no more. I only play cards that are gonna be 100% active regardless of what my opponent does. I'm the only Dark Magician player, I guarantee you, that can stop the Dark Ruler no more. I can stop Super Polys. I can even stop a Village. Any spell, I can stop it. Even if it says you can't, I can stop it. And it's not with Village. And if you want to play budget and you want to play it, it's fine. But in order to make the Village successful, you have to have a way to get rid of their spellcasters when they summon it. Because when you play it and you summon spellcasters like a Dragoon, it can be an auto win, but it's not true once you go into tier 1, tier 0 style. People can out discard immediately, so that's why I don't play it. But like I said, if you want to play it and you're in a budget, this is a good option. Excellent option. We're going to move through the list. So this one's a little out of the sequence. We're gonna see later on, but it has to do with the spellbook engine. So we're gonna pass it and then we'll come back to it. Okay, Eradicator Epidemic Virus. So this is a broken card that most people agree that is cancerous, it's toxic. Basically, all you need as a monster, 2,500 of attack, dark, and this right here. And all you do is you just distribute it. And you have to select spell or trap. People usually love to do spell. And it's bye-bye for all your opponent's spells for 3 turns. It's a nasty card, man. I play it in the budget. The Golden Eyes version that I made for him, it has it too. It's broken. It's ugly. It's powerful in the Dark Magician deck. You just have to know how to play it correctly to make it work. But yeah, definitely a good pickup for a few cents. So here's the combo. Excuse me, it's really late. Here's the combo that you use with it. You have the Dark Magician, plus you have the Bestial. Now, people didn't listen to me twice that I said. There was a few people that did, and they ordered the Bestial, and they got, right now the Bestial, they're almost $15, and I sold it to people for $1 to $2. The people that picked them up, you guys can't sleep on that, man. It's a lot of money. So people are asking me like, well, Jay, you're not that smart. Why'd you sell it for what you buy it for? That's only to Team DMA members. The outside people, no. I sold some for like 12 bucks each, and I just got them for $1. But the team, that's the whole purpose of being in Team DMA. If you're in Team DMA, you get a special discount. You can get special requests like a future cards. If you don't have the money, you can buy it right now, or you forgot, or you don't have time, you could just let me know, like leave something ordered, and I'll pick it up and I'll get it to you when I can. Baldrakes, I give them out for free. Right now I ran out. I think the last person who bought a package got some Baldrakes, and I don't have any more left. But it's a good option. We can take a look at the effects here, but basically it's a hand trap. It's pretty cool. Comes out, and then if your monster summons, it tells you there the list. You got the quick effect, and any darker light in your field, you could just send it away and pop the card. So it's broken, and you can chain it together with the Eradicator Epidemic Virus. It's some broken combos. If you have access to the Dressworm, it becomes super broken. You banish special attack, and then you trigger to pop it with the Eradicator, and then it pops a monster. Then all their spells are gone, or all their traps. Man, that's ugly. If you can manage a way to trigger it against like Labyrinth, it's an auto win. It's an auto win against a lot of decks actually. So here's the Spellbook engine. So when you play it on the budget, they're about $1 each for common, but they've been trending up in price, like $2 to $3 per card. But I mean, the correct ratio that I play is one of each, and this is why I skipped the Crawly earlier. So basically, contrary to what people tell you, actually, this is a pretty good engine in a budget deck. So I'm gonna show you why. In the world of tier 1, tier 0, you're looking at a lot of negates. Even going first, sometimes they hit you with like 3 negates. That's just normal. And if you're going second, you're having to deal with somewhere around 6 to 8. Now, for those people that think I'm lying, because I've been saying this for 2-3 years, you're outdated. You're like 2020. You need to come to Yu-Gi-Oh! Today. The real Yu-Gi-Oh! Today is another world. You draw 6 cards, they have more negations than the cards you have. It's not fun. So, when you're playing against other types of decks that are not as broken, they can still negate you two times per turn. So you need a way out. So you're gonna play a card, they're gonna negate it, play a second, they're gonna negate it. And a Dark Mission deck, if you have the knowledge or the secrets, you can play them and get a resolve of drawing after all that. So none of the moves are used up. They weren't in vain. Because it dumps the cards in the graveyard, and then it makes other cards live. Either the ones that you're drawing or the monster you sent to the graveyard becomes live, because it can help the Bestial. And that's the whole concept in the AC-130 on every deck that I build. That even if they negate it, it still has use. And that's how the top tier players make it. Because all the resources are simultaneously used in one way or another. So to put it to you simply, one card has like 6 uses. So I'll show you an example. For the Spellbook engine, you play your cards, they negate everything. That doesn't matter because you can use the draw power. When you use it, the cards that go in the graveyard, you use effects of links, like the Azalea, Sky Striker. You need a number of spells to trigger. You also need it with Celine. Also, the number of spellcasters to go to the graveyard can activate Magicalized Fusion. And then, depending on what spellcasters you send, you can use them for Bestial. So if you start noticing, there's a lot of plays going on. Things that resolve and things that don't resolve, they don't matter at all. They're resolving for something else. So the spellbook engine is low-key broken. And for the people that say that it's stupid and top tier, then they probably don't know how to play Dark Magician, because Illusion of Chaos says send the card back to the deck. So if you draw it, you just send it back to the deck. I do it all the time. Now the other last card that you want to play in combination with this is going to be the Crawly. You play a monster and it gets negated, play second, it gets negated, then you link it, you go to Crawly and you do draw power. And even if you don't do draw power, like I said, the Crawly can stay up in the field, and there's so much that you can use it for. With the village, with United Dragon, there's just so much use for it. So we're gonna move on. People that play hyper budget, like hyper cheap budget, like the $30 or whatever, they play 2 of everything. That's just food for thought. Another card, there can only be one. So I don't want to go too much into that because I talk about this card all the time, but it's emphasis. You have to play at least one in the budget Dark Magician. So the correct sequence that I do it, I don't trigger it. I let my opponent set up the board. Once he does, I trigger it. What that does is it forces him. He's not aware of it, but you are. He's committed. He's committing and committed. So he's putting out a whole board, and they like start linking and stuff. Boom! I just flipped. There can only be one. Bye bye to everything. They just have one monster. And then I have Circle Eternal, and I have my hand is full, and I'm gonna be entering Dragoon. The right hand skill drain is ugly. By the time they catch on, I already have 7 negates. It's too late. So that's another trick, because the cards are traps. You don't want to expose them too early, because when you do, they can play around it. You want to let them commit and then trigger it. That's the correct way to do it. That's how I beat all the branded. I purposely let them bring out the dragons, and then I just flip it and they're all gone. It's hilarious. So we're going to be moving on. Another one's Veiler for the people that like hand traps. They're about a few cents each, or $1 each. It's a good budget option for infinite impermanence, and also really, really good in a Dark Magician deck. It can be used for material for Bestial. It can be used to to synchro. It can be used to discard. It can be used for so much, to be honest with you. And one of the good uses of it too, you can link into something, because it's level 1. You can link into Relinquish the Anima, or you could just go into the Link Revo. There's a few others you can go to, but it has a lot of play. I'm not gonna lie. He's probably the only one hand trap. I used him before in the past, but I don't use him anymore. But because I don't play hand traps, but he's good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. And for being budget, I don't see any. In fact, if anybody played him, I wouldn't say anything. I mean, he's good. Why waste my time? Another card that you might want to pick up is Salesman. This one I'm gonna zoom in because it's important, so you gotta read it there. So you have decks that can survive Ash Blossom, or they can survive like a draw. Certain cards they can survive. They lose to them all the time. Then you're gonna need this card. Unless you lose to everything, then you don't need this card. You just need to go play something else like Pokemon or something. But If you have one or two cards that you have issues with, this is one way to take care of it. You play it, just make sure you're not playing it, and then that's it. Can't be played anymore. And you can get around and play your cards. So, yep, pretty cool card. It was expensive, but I went down. Here's for the budget, Runic Destruction. Now, if, what's his name? I mean, if the Circle Eternal is a dumb combo for you for banishing, or Fenrir is too expensive. It was like 80 bucks before. Now they were like 15, 20 bucks, and they're gonna be going up. This is an option. So what happens here is you get the ability to destroy one spell or trap, and then afterwards you can remove the 4 top cards of your opponent. It does a lot. This card does a lot. It really does a lot. And they're just a few cents. You can either have a playset, and if you count it all up, that's 12 banishes. It's crazy. But it does have a drawback of not being able to do your battle phase. But I mean, it doesn't matter if you have broken cards in your deck. Like my version of AC-130, I can play this card in my deck, no problem. Because I have 6 negates on board, right? And then I could just play this on top. I could pop a spell trap, then I get remove 4 from the top of their deck. And then when they come out or they play anything else, I already have like 5, 6 negates. They're not going anywhere. It can work to your advantage if you're playing against a deck that's stacking stuff up. So, yeah, so this is a good card to have. We're gonna be moving on. Dino Wrestler, the Banker Tops. This one's another option for the Fenrir. If it's too expensive for you, these are just a few cents, or I think 3 for $1. I have some. I think I have a playset left, but I'm selling them $1 a card. So this one's a must-have on the budget. I can't stress enough. It has the ability to special summon itself, like Cyber Dragon. Then it can attack. Then it can tribute itself to pop a card. It's low-key broken. If you don't have this in your budget deck, I don't know what's going on with you. That's going to be it for the list. Hopefully you liked it. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know. And that's going to be it. So, with that having been said, Dark Magic Attack.